Hey friends, Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. Today we're test driving the 2016 Acura ILX. It's got a number of enhancements for this year, a new front end, new rear end, a lot of upgrades on the interior, but the big news, it's under that hood. The engine, which used to be optional, the 2.4 liter 201 horsepower engine, is now standard equipment. But there's a takeaway. That would be the 6-speed manual transmission. It's been replaced with an 8-speed automatic dual clutch gearbox. So my question today out on the back roads is, how does it perform? The 2016 Acura ILX Tech Plus we have here comes with a fresh design since the model made its debut for 2013. This year it gets a new front fascia sporting Acura's now trademark LED jewel eye headlamps and daytime running lights. A new grille design too brings the style in line with Acura's also new TLX this year. Surprising, however, is the absence of fog lights here even in our top-level trim grade. Those, along with a sport body package, come with the A-Spec option. At the rear is also a new fascia design that complements the front and redesigned tail lamps. A new 17-inch wheel design comes with high-performance rubber, and 18-inch wheels are available in the A-Spec upgrade package. The cabin also received generous upgrades for 2016 with upgraded materials, new contrast stitching all around, and a revised silver tone trim on the dash. A multifunction steering wheel with shift paddles and a down-to-business instrument cluster make it very driver-oriented. The front leather seats were both heated and power adjustable, offering excellent range, good support, and a nice feel for the long drives. Finding the right spot along with the tilt and telescoping steering wheel was quite easy. Finding your way around the center stack is easy too, despite being jam-packed with tech features. Acura provides hard controls for most used audio and HVAC functions, along with a dual display layout for the infotainment. The lower touchscreen operates a variety of things, from audio to navigation to several settings for the car and connectivity features. The upper screen displays intuitively navigation, audio, and other relevant screens. Audio quality from the top-end ELS sound system is crisp and thick regardless of audio source. All common forms of connectivity are here at your disposal, be it Bluetooth, wireless, or using a good selection of ports including USB. Quality, the switchgear, and tactile feel as well as appearance is top-notch here and certainly gives nothing to competitors like the Mercedes-Benz CLA and Audi A3 when it comes to feeling like the money. Moving to the rear seat, passengers will enjoy reasonable room for legs, hips, and the head. Missing, however, are HVAC vents for rear passengers, and the seat back only folds down as one large section. Trunk space in the well-lined compartment is adequate for this class, and there's space under the deck for smaller items since there's no spare tire here. Instead, you get a can of sealant, which is strange as even the Honda Civic comes with their spare tire. When it comes to the interior, like, well, many of the Acuras I've test driven before, I think they've really nailed it here. Once again, not only is the material quality and the fit and finish very good, but the design here of this infotainment system with the dual screen layout, I think it's pretty cool because you've got your controls here with a touch screen, then you've got an information screen up there that can display any number of things, the map shown here. And why that's important is because most cars, it's all on one screen and you're competing for space with both your controls and your information, where here you can lay out some very good menus here and have your information up there. Also, they've got the hard controls here for the things you use most, so you don't have to deal with the touchscreen all the time. And then lastly, I like this little cubby down here, just right for your phone. It's rubber lined so it doesn't rattle or move around when you're really pushing it on the back road, and that's always a good thing. Under the hood is the starring attraction for 2016, the now standard 2.4 liter i-VTEC direct injected 4-cylinder engine rated at 201 horsepower and offering up 180 pound-feet of torque. This year, however, it comes only with a new dual clutch 8-speed automatic transmission. Now, if you've been around the Honda or Acura world for a while, you know all about this 2.4 liter engine. It's got plenty of power, it certainly sounds good, and it's just an all-around nice motor. It's very pleasant to drive. The big question is, what about this new dual clutch transmission? Well, The idea of the dual clutch transmission is that it shifts more crisply, it shifts quicker. The problem with them for most cars is when you take off from a stop, they tend to be a little bit abrupt. So Acura puts in a torque converter to smooth it out when you take off, and then the rest of the time it's supposed to feel like a dual clutch transmission. So when you mash the throttle, the goal is you get those direct shifts. The problem is here, at least my observation is, even in sport mode here, it doesn't really seem to feel that much different than a regular automatic. Now it does have some very nice behaviors. When you come into a curve, put on the brake, gives you some very nice rev match downshifts. But when you come back out and you mash the throttle, it's still sort of all over the place like a regular automatic. The other thing I have noticed in stop and go traffic and regular drive mode, it still sort of hunts around. So while I love the idea, I still think this one needs a little bit more tuning.
The upshot here is fuel economy. The EPA rates this new powertrain combination at 25 mpg city, 36 mpg highway, and 29 mpg combined. In my week with the Acura ILX, I achieved 32 mpg combined, 3 mpg more than promised. Chassis enhancements for 2016 include new amplitude reactive dampers front and rear, larger standard four-wheel disc brakes, and a larger rear sway bar. These chassis tweaks are paired with more sound deadening, including thicker front door glass and noise attenuating wheels.
Acura, of course, trades on the fact that this is a sports sedan, and when it comes to handling, well, it's exactly that. This has a very tight suspension, very direct steering, and it's very well refined and buttoned down. It gives you a nice response going in and out of curves, and like here I'm coming up over a hill on a curve, a little bit of transition there, takes the weight off the tires, yet I don't feel anything strange going on. When you're going down the road, it offers good road feel. You can feel it through the steering. Even though this is the electronic steering variety, it still offers some very good feel, and it's nice and light. But the most important part is they've tuned this with some actually pretty soft springing. It doesn't beat you to death on rough pavement. It still offers up that sporty handling you want, but it rides very nicely. And of course, as you can tell, it's very quiet out here on this less than smooth pavement.
In addition to the ride and drive experience, our 2016 Acura ILX came with the newest suite of driver assistance technologies called Acura Watch Plus. These included radar-based cruise control, lane keeping assist, and road departure mitigation. The systems we tested were on top of it, working to let you know what's in your blind spot, correcting you wandering out of your lane, and letting you know of things coming up too close too fast in front. And with the rear view camera and cross-traffic alert, it's a pretty complete package. And the IIHS certainly agrees, as they awarded the 2016 Acura ILX their top Safety Pick Plus rating, as it achieved good ratings in their full battery of crash testing, including the brutal small overlap test.
Rounding it up for the Acura ILX, I gotta say I'm very impressed, almost impressed enough to put it on my I Buy It list for 2015, but it doesn't offer that manual transmission, which is my preference when it comes to cars like this. But that said, it handles very well, it's fun to drive, and even though this automatic could use some tuning, it still works quite well when you push it hard. And the interior, of course, bulletproof, as we talked about. Now, as we look at the specs, right there you see this price isn't all the way up, it's not all the way down, but we are on the higher end of the scale. Fuel economy, though, is where this car really shined for me this week. 32 mpg for the week, which is well more than what was promised on that window sticker. Now, as we look at the stars, almost all the way here, except for that powertrain where I think the transmission could use some additional tuning to make it behave a little bit more normal in everyday driving. But outside of that, we're at 4.5 stars for the week. Very good. I'm Sam Haymart for Test Driven TV. I hope you enjoyed the ride. Well, folks, if you liked your test drive today, click on the link right there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We test drive 1 and sometimes 2 cars every single week, plus almost a new video every single day on other news features and things like that. So stay tuned.